I thought that math test today was really hard.
Nah, it was cinchy.
Boy. Gosh, Steve, Mr. Johnson is really going to be a great stamp club leader.
That meeting today was fun.
Yeah.
Some kids that were in our Benjamin Franklin Stamp Club last year said that they really learned a lot about stamps. They saw movies and went to stamp shows and did other neat things, too. Say, how'd you like the movie we saw today about how stamps are made?
It was neat, but I'm really going to like the stamp newsletter. And I also like the membership card for my wallet and the certificate, too.
Hey, Kim, let's see if we can find out more about the celebrations that happen when new stamps come out. Maybe Mr. Clark at the post office can tell us. And we should thank him for helping us join the school stamp club anyway. Tell you what, I'll call my mom from the payphone on the way and tell her to call your house and say we'll be late. Ready? Let's go.
Okay.
It'll be neat to talk to Mr. Clark again.
Yeah, it's been a while. Excuse me, but we were looking for Mr. Clark. Is he in?
Well, Mr. Clark's on vacation, but maybe I can help. I'm Miss Trent.
Okay. Mr. Clark helped us to find out about stamp clubs, and now we're in
And
one.
we just wanted to say thanks and ask him about the post office celebrations when new stamps come out.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a celebration, and it's not always the same kind of event when a new stamp comes out. But it's always an important day for the Postal Service and for collectors. As a matter of fact, it's called a first day of issue ceremony. Now, you know what a cover is, don't you?
You bet. Learned that just today. It's another name for an envelope.
And it can be a plain envelope or a fancy one.
Right. And you know, getting ready for a first day of issue ceremony starts early in the day in the city where the stamp's to be issued. Sometimes a first day ceremony marks the issue of an important event for international concern. And there are many dignitaries on the podium. And hundreds of people in the audience. And since it's a special event, there's a special presentation of the flag. Most of the time, the important guests all have something to do with the stamp, or the story behind the stamp.
On behalf of the employees of the Brockport Post Office,
The local postmaster usually acts as the host for the event, and he introduces the people involved in the ceremony.
the designer of the stamp is Jeff Cornell.
Professional athletes, politicians, educators, and sometimes show business types.
My pleasure to introduce Eunice Kennedy Shriver. Mr. Muhammad Ali.
I'm so glad to be here, and I hope that I can do everything that I can to help. Thank you.
The Honorable Senator Edward M. Kennedy.
In expressing our appreciation to the Postmaster General in selecting this occasion, the occasion of the Special Olympics, for special significance for the American people.
Postmaster General William F. Bolger. Mr. Bolger. Nations often use stamps to point with pride to progress, achievement, and courage. And that's why the Special Olympic stamps that we dedicate today came into being. We have printed and distributed approximately 160 million Special Olympics commemorative stamps. Each is a traveling billboard that recognizes graphically that it is the invincible spirit that overcomes handicaps, not the strongest body or the most dazzled mind. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes our program. Thank you all for coming.
Are there important people at every first day ceremony? It sounds like a big affair.
Well, not all ceremonies attract wide attention, but they all have several things in common.
I know, a new stamp.
Good. And besides, they all have a program, a good thing for dignitaries to autograph.
Does the temporary post office sell the imprinted envelopes?
No, but in most instances, there'll be dealers there with the first day imprinted envelopes they call cachets.
Just keep lining these up.
And then these imprinted envelopes, or the plain ones, are canceled by machine or by hand, just like they've been doing for over 100 years.
Wow, that's cool.
And even whole sheets of stamps are autographed as well. It's a day collectors will never forget.
Thank you.
I hope that tells you a little more about first day of issue ceremonies.
Sure does. Now we've got something to tell the other kids next week at the Stamp Club meeting. Thanks, Miss Trent.
Thanks, Miss Trent. Bye.
Bye-bye. How about you, boys and girls? Find out how much fun learning through stamps can be. Ask your school about a Benjamin Franklin Stamp Club. Or if your school has none, ask a teacher to check at your local post office to see about starting one.